Okay, here we go.
And remind me, how long is the overall?
Oh, about 15 minutes.
Okay,
more or less.
sounds good.
Okay. So I'm here today with Mayor Noam Branson. Did I get your name right?
Noam.
Noam
first name.
Branson.
Close
Right.
enough. It's an unusual name, so I'll answer to anything that's similar.
Okay. And the reason I'm doing the interview is for your class, there's a chapter on urban rural societies, and they left out, the textbook author left out suburban life. So I'm pretty much new to it. But you've not only been in public service, you also reside in New Rochelle.
I've lived here my whole life. My family moved here in 1969, just a few months before I was born.
Oh, wow.
And I feel very fortunate and grateful to have grown up here and now to be raising my own family here.
Sounds good. So I understand you've been a 5-term mayor. Do I have that right?
I think that's right. I initially took office in the middle of my predecessor's term. He was
Okay.
elected to countywide office, so it's sort of like 4.5 terms is, I guess, the way to look at it.
And then before you talk about the mayoralty, you were also in the city council of New Rochelle?
For 10 years prior to that. So this is, in total, my 28th year in city government. Really almost the entirety of my adult life.
And you're also a practicing attorney, right?
I'm not.
Oh, you're
No,
an
that's
attorney,
right.
not practicing.
I'm neither one.
Okay.
People often think I'm an attorney. I must present myself in a way which sort of looks like an attorney, but I'm actually not.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
my mistake.
That's right.
Now, I'm from New York City, and there they have a full-time mayor, full-time city council, and no city manager. Can you tell my class, like, what it's like in this government?
Sure, we have what's called a council manager system of government, in which the city manager is the day-to-day chief executive. The city manager is responsible for all personnel decisions, oversees the performance of the various departments. The city council are the chief policymakers, and they oversee the performance of the city manager. They hire and fire the city manager. The mayor is the first among equals on the city council. I have one vote, the same as every council member, but I do chair the city council meetings, and I represent the entirety of the city as opposed to just a single district. I'd say the full-time, part-time distinction is less relevant. The mayor's office for myself and for my predecessors going back 50 years has really entailed a full-time commitment, even if the job, by a strict reading of the charter, is not the CEO of the city.
Right. And do you feel that a lot of other suburbs use your style of governance, or other cities, do you know?
So we're unusual within New York State.
Okay.
Of the 10 largest cities in New York State, we are the only one which does not have a classic strong mayor. But this form of government is more common around the country.
Okay.
So it depends on your frame of reference when you consider this either rare or commonplace.
And am I right that we're the 7th largest city, or did that change?
No, we are the 7th largest city in New York State. Many people don't realize that, but yes, we're number 7.
And the last I looked, was it about 800,000 residents? Or?
80,000. So
I'm sorry, I meant 80.
You
I
gave
meant
us by
80.
an order of magnitude an increase. Yeah, about 80,000 residents and growing quickly. We are actually at this moment the fastest growing city in New York.
Oh, I didn't know that. New York State.
Yes.
Wow. Now, I've noticed when I was driving around that there's at least 3 new high-rise apartment buildings, or maybe more.
A lot more than 3.
Okay.
So we adopted a comprehensive downtown development framework at the end of 2015. Since then, we've approved about 30 very significant projects. A dozen of them are completed and leasing up. Another dozen are under construction. Some are going to get underway soon. So it really is the most dramatic change in the physical and economic fabric of our city in a century.
Yeah, I noticed on North Avenue there's 2 facing each other,
Yes.
and they look pretty nice. But are any of the 4 or 5 that's so affordable?
Yes. As a general matter, we require a minimum of 10% of new units to
Okay.
be set below market. The actual formula is a little bit more complicated depending on the depth of affordability. The quantity of units might go up or might go down, but that's sort of the balance point. 10% of the units affordable up to 70% of area median income. That's the metric
Right.
of affordability. As the downtown plan has actually evolved, we're exceeding that target. Closer to 20% of the units are below market at a variety of price points. Usually the units are incorporated into the overall project, so you
Okay.
can't tell the difference between an affordable unit and a market rate
And no
unit.
separate entrance, everything?
No separate entrance, and I think that is a healthier model. We want people of different means to be sharing in each other's lives and to see each other as neighbors, not through the lens of how much money they might make.
That sounds good. So I know that the French Huguenots discovered this city, and can you speak about how many years old is New Rochelle?
We were founded in 1688,
Oh, wow.
by, just as you said, French Huguenots who were seeking religious freedom in the New World. They emigrated from what was a center of Huguenot life in France, La Rochelle.
Oh, okay.
And so naturally we were named New Rochelle in honor of that connection. And we still actually maintain a sister city relationship with La
Oh.
Rochelle. Just a few days ago, we welcomed musicians from La Rochelle who were here for a cultural exchange coinciding with Bastille Day, which is
Right.
sort of the Independence Day
Yeah.
of France. I cannot say that there is a significant French presence in New Rochelle today. It is reflected in some street names, Huguenot Street being
Right.
the most obvious example of that, but we still trace our history back to that origin.
And one of the things that I actually like and see is the farmer's market on Friday, but I haven't seen it. Are they still around?
Yes, so we actually have two farmers markets
Oh, the
now.
one on Thomas Paine?
Yes, there's a Friday market adjacent to Thomas Paine Cottage. Thomas
Right.
Paine, of course, being another significant part of New Rochelle's history. And this year, for the first time, we have a Saturday market that is sponsored by our Business Improvement District downtown on Anderson Plaza.
Okay, so the Friday one is in operation?
Yes, it is.
Okay, I guess I've missed them.
Yeah.
And I noticed on your wall, you've got one of my idols, Martin Luther King Jr.,
Mhm.
and then a second picture of a civil rights, I'm guessing, demonstration or a march. And then, do you want to explain the other pictures?
Sure, I'll walk you through them, and I'll say parenthetically, those are really the only things I brought to the office when I became mayor.
Oh.
Everything else that's on the walls, artwork and so on, is on loan from
Oh,
local
okay.
artists and others. And these are things I like to look at on those occasions when I'm feeling sorry for myself, because they put whatever challenges we face in New Rochelle into some proper context.
Right.
So from left to right, that is Martin Luther King, as you pointed out, giving his last speech in Memphis the night
Oh, wow.
before he was killed. The second is Central High in Little Rock, Arkansas. That's Elizabeth Eckford in the foreground, really demonstrating superhuman dignity, surrounded by that hatred that she had to confront. The third photo is American troops embarking on the beach in Normandy at D-Day. The fourth is Jewish refugees fleeing Nazi-occupied Europe with the Statue of Liberty in the distance. And finally, that's a photograph of Robert F. Kennedy Sr.
Oh.
I need
Right.
to point out these days, he's always been one of my political idols. And that photo was actually taken here in New Rochelle
Oh, my God.
during his 1964 Senate race. That's at the Quaker Ridge Shopping Center in the
Oh,
north
yes.
end of New Rochelle, where he had a rally.
That I didn't know, yeah. And thank you for sharing these pictures and your time. Has there been any special issue that stands out during your almost 20 years of mayor?
Yeah, I'll cite three things. I mean,
Okay.
I could cite a lot more. It's obviously been a long period of time. The first is what we already referenced. It's the downtown development, which has been more than any other single thing a focal point of our goals and our policy making. New Rochelle has had a mixed history with
Right.
development, and went through a period of decades when our downtown was really depressed and struggled to attract investment. And so now to finally get traction and see the positive changes, still unfinished changes,
Right.
to be very clear, but the positive changes and the positive trend lines is very, very gratifying. Second, we've placed a greater focus on environmental policy making during my time in office. We adopted our first ever sustainability plan, and we've taken a variety of steps to make New Rochelle more green, to do our part to combat climate change, and also to prepare for the inevitable changes that are coming.
Right.
And finally, on a less positive but certainly notable point, We were briefly the epicenter of the COVID pandemic.
Oh, I didn't know. Oh,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
At a synagogue or a?
One of the index
Right.
patients was a member of Young Israel of New Rochelle in the North End, and so there was a brief, surreal time when New Rochelle was not just in national news, but in international news. And that was a difficult experience for us, given all that we didn't know at the time, but also one in which I think our community as a whole rose to the occasion and was able to confront this overwhelming challenge in a way that was measured and calm and brought us together rather than tearing us apart.
And I know that you ran for Westchester County Executive. Do you have any plans in the future of when you leave here, anything else?
So you're right, I was the nominee of the Democratic Party in 2013. I lost the general election. I can't say that was fun. I mean, I don't regret the experience
Right.
overall, but always better to win than to lose. I suspect that when my term concludes, that my participation in elective office will probably be at an end.
Okay.
You never say never, you
Right.
know, but I've committed and I've announced that come January, I will become the executive director of Sustainable Westchester, which is
Okay.
an environmental programming and advocacy organization. And I'm excited about that next chapter of my life.
It sounds good. And thank you very much for sharing your time.
Truly my pleasure.
Okay. I'll shut it.